just let me know, guys, if like the audio levels are like terrible or not. It's a live Q&A, guys, so get your questions in. If you've got any tattoo related questions or questions about me, whatever, get them in. This is your chance. And let me know if the audio levels again are terrible, like we need adjusting or whatever. Sound is low. What, like sound is low as in my voice is low, or like music's low, or? My voice. Alexander, you alright, dude? Okay, so we've got 2 saying low, 1 saying it's good. Right, so let's just see. If I put a gain on, let's edit these filters. Let's put a gain, yeah. See if that's better. Difference between wet and dry healing. I'll answer that question in a minute. Let's just see if this volume's better. You guys can hear. It's looking like it's better. Quite a lot higher. On the audio levels anyway. Get rid of that. I think you should be able to hear me now. Just confirm that you can hear me properly, and then I'll answer the question about wet and dry healing. Alright, love, thank you. Okay, so difference between wet healing and dry healing. So they're pretty much, it's a hard one to answer because they both work, and different types of clients respond better to a wet heal or a dry heal. The only real way to know, you know, which heals the best is obviously tattoo them multiple times and find out which one's the best. Personally, for me, I prefer a dry heal over a wet heal, but I know Chrissy, she, when we tattoo her, she always heals better off a wet heal. If you're unfamiliar with the difference between a wet heal and a dry heal, wet heals are just keeping the tattoo wrapped the entire time. Like if you are using like Dermalize or any like skin aftercare type thing, that's still a dry heal because the skin that you put on top is breathable. If you can use that, I always recommend that stuff if the client's not allergic to it. But yeah, it all depends. It like there's no real definitive answer to like do this or do that. It literally just depends on the client and which one you prefer. As you go on in your like career in your tattoo career, the you start to realize how your work heals and the best things to do to get the best possible results out of a heal for your work. And if it turns out to be a wet heal, then do wet heals the entire time. If it turns out to be dry and that's the best, you get the best results off that, then, do dry. But there's no right or wrong answer. You do the best that is for you. Right. We are going to get on with doing a design. I've got a client in on Friday and they are wanting a like mountain scene type thing. So but with cling wrap, skin can't breathe. No, it can't do. But what it does is a wet heal is it uses your kind of like it does with the like second skin stuff, is it uses your body's own natural like juices to heal the tattoo, and with it constantly being wrapped, that stops any like scabbing and stuff. Personally, if you tend to like overwork the skin and stuff like that, then a wet heal is a no-go, because if you've overworked the skin, you need that skin to start healing itself, and for the skin to start healing itself, then we need a scab to form, and then obviously you have to start then thinking about reworking it and stuff. But if you're tattooing correctly, seriously, wet or dry, it does not matter. Just go for the best possible heal that you get from the process. What is the best way to set up black background? Can you just elaborate on that for us a little bit, Crazy Ink? What is the best way to set up black background? Yeah, just elaborate on it for a little bit for us, my man, and I'll try and answer. It's probably me just being stupid and not understanding your question. Sounds right. For the photos, some people have black backdrops when tattoo is finished. Oh, okay. So, best way to set up for a black background. See, you could like, it depends, because you could use a backdrop, and if you want to invest in a backdrop and stuff, then by all means get an actual backdrop. But backdrops can be like, pretty expensive, and if you want a good quality backdrop especially, it's going to get pretty expensive. Personally, what I would do is if you wanted a black backdrop, I would just get like a window blind, and like just put it onto your wall, screw it into your wall. It comes with brackets, and just pull it down when you need it. Stand the customer in front and get your lighting correct. the the lower your exposure when it comes to taking your photo, the blacker that background is going to be. It's as simple as that. And if you don't want any light spill on it, then that comes to like getting a smaller or bigger light, because if you have a big light on a small background, then obviously light's going to spill over. So yeah, that's what I would do, man, for a black backdrop. Get yourself a cheap window blind, put it on your wall, just put it down when you need it, and then it goes back up when you don't need it. And just invest in good lighting, man. Like a good picture is all about lighting. Like I've done like a little video on my channel that touches on photography just a little bit, but the heads and tails of it is good lighting equals good picture. Lens it's tough because like you could literally use like the shittest lens out there, mate. Like you could really use the shittest lens out there, and if you have a good lighting setup, then it will look better than some of the best lenses out there, mate. Like it's like camera lenses and filters and all that stuff. Like definitely invest in a CPL filter. Don't invest in ND filters because you don't need them. Those are for outdoors and stuff. But a CPL filter, that's like if you want in like the crispiest, like best photo out there, then a CPL filter is going to do that for you. But even then, a CPL filter relies on certain light to hit the tattoo so it can filter it and stuff. Like it's a big like mind fuck, man. Like it's a toughie, man. Like, but just to start, get that backdrop and get some good lighting. When it comes to lighting, also, man, you want like the softest softbox going. Like, do not get any harsh light, because harsh light is just gonna create glares on your photos. You could like invest in a, say you invested in a, I don't know, a Sony, I don't know, like a top of the range Sony mirrorless camera, and then you use a top of the range £2,000 lens, and then you use a £200 CPL filter, and then you have like shit harsh lighting. Nah, man, it's just not gonna work out well for you, and you're just gonna think that you've wasted all your money. So spend your money on lighting. That'd be my definite advice. So use your phone for photos or camera. Dude, use your phone, man. Like there's seriously no point in investing so much into mirrorless cameras. Phones these days, like an iPhone, all right, that's more than adequate to take a good photo. You don't need like DSLRs and mirrorless cameras and stuff. Invest the money in lighting. Seriously, invest the money in lighting rather than putting £2,000 or £3,000 into a camera body and £2,000 into a lens. Man, if you invested like 500 quid into lighting, dude, you'd get the best pictures ever, man, off your phone. You really would. But it's hard, man. Like pictures they're a hard thing to do. It's not a simple case of just taking a photo, especially now these days. More and more artists are using better, finding better ways to take photos and stuff. And if you want to like stand out, not stand out, but show the best possible way, then you need to, unfortunately, you need to be doing all the things that everyone else is doing. But let me just get up. go. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just bringing up the actual image that my client sent across for reference. Client's name. Times. Let's go. Right, yeah, so this is what yeah, it's a good idea. That's a good idea, David. Like, it's, you know, it just it all depends on the look that you want from your pictures and stuff. But it's a really good idea, man. Right. Some other. When you tattoo fake skin, go faster. No. Like if I was ever to tattoo fake skin, I would treat it as real as I possibly could. When I used to tattoo fake skin, when I like very first started, um, everything is the exact same process. Like even though it wasn't a client, I used to set up like it were a client. I used to do everything like it were a client just to get in like good habits. But no, I tattoo the exact same. The only difference being I will probably go a little bit shallower, depending on how like thick or thin the tattoo skin is. But for the most part, exactly the same voltage, exactly the same hand speed, everything. Again, got mountains, trees. You seen this, guys? Like the perspective of this does not make any sense at all. Like don't do this in your tattoos. Like try and bring some perspective into the tattoo as well. You wouldn't have trees that big on this. You just wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, go shallow on fake skin for sure, man. Like if your fake skin's only a mil thick, or 2 or 3 mil thick, then yeah, you definitely need to go shallow. Otherwise, you're drilling straight through into your table or whatever you've got it on, like your armrest. But yeah, man, like fake skin doesn't work the same as real skin. It just doesn't. Like you could do a crispy like mint ass tattoo on fake skin. When it comes to doing it on real skin, man, like you might find that you struggle. It's just completely different. So like some rules and laws don't apply to fake skin the way it does. But yeah, I just try and keep it as authentic as possible. How's it going, Alexander? You good, man? You all cushed here? Again, David, everything, mate. Like whatever I'm using. If I'm using Vaseline, I'm using Vaseline. If I'm using like any like processed butters or anything like that, I'm using those on fake skin. Especially on fake skin because it's easier to wipe the pigment off if you're using a lot of it. Like getting the pigment off of fake skin is a pain in the ass, my man. So yeah, Vaseline, Glide, whatever you're using. To be honest, like if you've paid like 20, 25 like dollars or pounds or whatever euros for a glide, like a Mamba glide or a hustle butter or anything like that, then I would probably not use that on fake skin just because it's you're not really getting your full usage out of it. Because those butters are made to like soothe the skin and keep the redness down and all that jazz, and that's not going to happen on fake skin. So I would stick to like Vaseline. You get yourself some cheap Vaseline for it or something, rather than waste your hard-earned wonga, my friend. It's alright. Copy that. Copy image. Do. Yeah, when it comes to stencil on fake skin and stuff, like, dude, it's horrible, man. Like, sometimes you can let it dry all you want and it's just not gonna dry. I'm sure there's like little tips and stuff to get it like fully dry. I heard like hairspray and stuff is pretty good for drying it up, but I don't know, man. You might want to look into it, but the stencil on fake skin is shit. Hi Chris, thanks for all you do. You're an inspiration to self-taught beginners like myself. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Random question: what disinfectant brand do you recommend for cleaning down furniture afterwards? I use ISO. I use ISO for everything. ISO is 100% alcohol. It kills everything. So I just use ISO. You can use diluted ISO, or you can use like full on the by diluted I mean like put half in a bottle and then fill it with water, or you can just fill the entire bottle with ISO and spray that down. I fill the entire bottle with ISO and I just spray everything down with that. Like you can get big bottles of ISO and it lasts for ages, man. Like you can get stuff branded like disinfectant stuff that's like made for tattooing and made for like hospitals and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like it's when it comes to something like that, you are paying for the brand more than what it does, because ISO does it better. So I just use ISO. Yeah, no worries, man. And keep at it, Michael, dude. Like, I'm completely self-taught, my man. Like, I've been doing this job for 10 years now, but I'm completely self-taught. Um, like, so, you know, good on you, dude. Good on you. This is more water, so that does not need there. Okay, so we've got that. Got the water. Well, we got some mountain, sky. The moon and sky sucks, man, in this fucking design. And no offense to the Tattooist, but I wouldn't have done that. Got like a dark sky up here, but then you've got all the lightness down here, and it just doesn't make sense. What's your plans in regards to OnlyFans? I saw something you mentioned yesterday. Can you tell more, please? Yes, I am going to get my dick out. I'm going to show you all my peen. You're going to love it. No, I'm just joking. So, the way that, like, OnlyFans works is, like, you can, you know, contrary to popular belief, it wasn't set up for, like, girls to get their asses out and like, have sex and get paid for it and stuff. Like, so the way that I thought I was going to do it, I set up a Patreon, right? But Patreon, like, sucked, and it wasn't notifying me if anyone had joined it or anything like that. So people were, like, joining, and then I didn't know about it, which made me look like an asshole because I wasn't giving them the, like, benefits that Patreons, you know, that I suggested on my Patreon. So OnlyFans is, like, will give people the same benefits of what I was gonna do on Patreon. So it'd be like let's say, let's just say, like, knowledge that, you know, I wasn't gonna put on YouTube and stuff. Like, you get to know a little bit more, like, juicy stuff, let's say, than you would on normal YouTube. So it just gives people that extra benefit to join, but you'll also get, like, you know, personal, like not tuition or anything like that, but, like, you know, you'll get to ask me questions, and you'll get like a members only chat and stuff. So yeah, it just gives, like, the better benefits, really. But I don't know yet, man. Like, so something might come up where I might use a different platform, but OnlyFans is the one that, like, kind of works. But yeah, like, I might just run it through YouTube. Like, YouTube do a members only thing now as well, where you can, you know, support your creator or support me, and you get, like, certain benefits. So if I could work it into YouTube, through the members, like, platform, then I probably, you know, I might do it through YouTube. Let's be honest, like, OnlyFans does have, like, the stigma behind it that, like, you are getting your cock out, or you just fucking on camera and stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. But just keep an eye out, because the site itself is not up and running now. The members site is on the actual, like, YouTube, but, like, that is currently just to support me as a creator, to bring you guys, like, better videos and better equipment, better lighting and stuff like that. It's not there for anything else, so I'd need to update that if I go through the members site on YouTube. But I will keep everyone updated. Also, I am finally getting round to doing a full online seminar. Now, it won't be like a live seminar, it'll be a fully recorded, fully edited seminar where we go through everything. If you've not, obviously I did put it on the same post as the OnlyFans thing, but if you've not seen it, we literally go through everything. So introduction, stuff about me, how long I've been tattooing, needles, setting up, you know, live tattooing, going through why I'm using the needle that I'm using, why now, um, going through my entire thought process of what I'm thinking about when I'm doing the tattoo, and then also we'll go through aftercare and you know, cleaning down and all that jazz. Basically, a full session, start to finish, also including stencils. So, yeah, like I put videos out and they do help people, but things change. The way that I work changes all the time. I don't tell people everything in my videos. Obviously, I have to keep some things back. But the seminar will go into absolutely everything. So keep an eye out for that also. It's pretty much got like everything in it, to be honest. Oh my god. Like, if I was to go with this now, stenciling this is gonna be like such a bitch. Like, the stencil on this is gonna take me forever. Like, I hate doing trees as well. I don't hate doing trees. I don't know, like, I don't mind tattooing trees, but they're definitely not my favourite thing to tattoo. For sure, not my favourite thing to tattoo. So now, we take this and there's these layers. Put this here a minute. Bring this one. Yeah. On this. Yeah, yeah, Tash. Love lion fur. Oh my god. Like the greatest thing ever to tattoo. I read somewhere if you do a portrait on an arm, you should expand it 10-20%. I don't know, man. Like, just do it. Just like do it to fit the area. What you don't want to be doing is putting like a small like face like this big on an arm that's like this wide and this long. So depending on where you're tattooing, just, you know, and depending on the design, just do it to area, like, and depending on where it is also, like, if, you know, if it's on the bottom of the arm, what you don't want to be doing is having it 20% bigger and then it wraps too much, or it like distorts some facial feature. So nah, just do it until it fits, until it looks good. What I would do though is, if you're doing black and grey, is I would make your image 20 to 30% darker than what it is, just so, and then tattoo it like that, just so then when you tattooed it and it's healed and, you know, it lightens up, it looks more to the image than it would do is it if you didn't put the 20 to 30% on. If you're doing a portrait, like, you don't want to be on that curve. Like, you want to be on the flattest part of the arm. So like, if you was doing a portrait, you would do it on like lower, like just above elbow, forearm, or back of the arm. Personally, right? You might be able to get away with it on like the top here if there's no like massive like muscle definition and stuff, and it is relatively flat. But like everybody works different. Like for me, no, I would just make it fit in the best possible flattest area, and that is it when it comes to portrait. If you put like, say you was to do it like half and half, and then you've got like the lump of the shoulder, and then you've got like the lumpy bits down here, plus you've got the tricep on the back. Like, if you was to put a portrait there, man, like, then you've got like, if you might have an ear around here that's going off, you might have like a nose that's on this little crack here, and you know that distorts and stuff. So yeah, just always go for the flattest area when it comes to doing portraits. But portraits are fun, man. I love portraits. I've actually not done a portrait in a while. Like I did the live one that I did a few weeks ago on my client from who I'm doing the Egyptian leg sleeve on, which was kind of portrait-ish, but like I've not done like a kid for a while, or I've not done like a celebrity's face or anything like that. If you want to get into portraits and you want to do portraits, I highly suggest Johnny Depp. Like Johnny Depp has got such like a tattooable face. Like he's easy to pull off. So if you're getting into portraits, do a Johnny Depp, do a Edward Scissorhands, a what's the other guy called? The not Jack Sparrow, the Sweeney Todd. Do a Sweeney Todd. His face is just so fun to tattoo. Really, it's a really good fun. Really good fun to do. Justice for Depp. Now, see, the thing is, right, I put this on Facebook the other day. Like, I put a status up. Like, in my opinion, right, they are both like as bad as each other. Like, for me, it is the simple fact of it was like the two biggest cokeheads on a come down, and they've battered each other, and now it's just an argument in court of who had the worst come down and got battered the most. Like, I love Johnny Depp. I love his films. I love him as you know, as the person he is, the stuff that he does with all the, you know, the young kids and stuff. Like, he's a really cool guy. But in this particular case, man, I think they're as bad as each other. I really do. But that does not, like, I'm not saying that he's not been battered, and I'm not saying he hasn't sustained injury or anything like that, and I'm not saying she's not the instigator, but I just think there might be a little bit more to it than what, you know, is portrayed. But I love Johnny Depp, and I also put on my Facebook that, you know, Amber Heard's sex tape was shit, and his movies are good, so I'm supporting Johnny Depp. He was emotionally abusive in return for sure, but he never smacked her, and his career over the physical. Yeah, true, man. Like, yeah, 100%. Like, she's come away like scot-free from all this shit. Like, and that's wrong. That is completely wrong. Like, didn't she get like fucking like movie roles out of this, and Johnny Depp got like fired from Disney, from Pirates, and from the like new Harry Potter thing, Mystical Beast things or whatever it's called. Yeah, man, she's come out of it, and she came out with like the divorce settlement as well. I'm sure she did. But I did read the other day that she has now got to prove that the money that she won has been given to this charity or something. I don't know. But if that's true, she has not give that money to charity. She has not give that money to charity. She is fucked. And if that comes out that, like, she hasn't, then I suspect that she'll have to pay Johnny back. So, who knows? On another note, Pencil Heart, what do you think of Jada Pinkett Smith? Now that woman, goddamn. Maybe we should put like a little shed like cottage thing in there. Oh, dude. Yeah. I know, right? I mean, who? Right. Who in their right mind, yeah, takes their husband onto a YouTube show to be seen by millions, right? Millions. And says to him, yeah, like, I fucked this other dude because I just wanted my happiness. The dude is literally like breaking inside. Like he's that dude. Like Will Smith is a broken man. Exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't ruin my career over her. Definitely not. For sure. Oh. Like the thing is like my missus, she's actually read the book, his book as well, and like he is just like from the very off, that dude is like emotionally fucked. Like he's an emotionally fucked up dude, and she's done that, took him on the red carpet talk thing, done that to him, expected him just to like it, and then basically this is the way that the Oscars went down, right? So Chris Rock did the joke. He's like laughing his head off at it because it was a funny joke. It wasn't offensive, in my opinion. It wasn't offensive. And then he's laughed his tits off at it, turned round, saw his missus scowling, and he's been like, oh shit, what shall I do? She's turned round and said like, you know what? Tupac would have got up and beat the shit out of Chris Rock for that comment. And he's been like, nah mate, I ain't having any of that. And then he's just got up, slapped Chris Rock. And like, if that were anyone else, he would not have got up and slapped anyone. Like, he slapped Chris Rock because he knew Chris Rock were a weaker dude. That were it. Am I buying Bitcoin? Am I bollocks, mate? No way am I buying Bitcoin. I'm not buying Bitcoin. I'm not getting involved in NFTs or any of that shit. Plus, if I was to get involved in Bitcoin, like, that ship has sailed. Like, that shit's only good when it first comes out. I love that it was a bitch slap. Yeah, for sure. definitely weren't a full-on punch. My heart aches for this poor man. That witch is ruining him. Well, you know, love is blind, so they say. Let's look for this little hut. Here's a fun one to dabble in. Do you think Empire Ink's medium is actually a light tone? Now see, right, it's funny you should mention this because like there's an artist, right? And he is fucking incredible, right? His name's David Vega. And he is like, he's Empire Inks is like one of their like sponsored artists. Like, his stuff is so nice. Like, it's so smooth. It's just, oh, like it's incredible. But his stuff, I'm telling you now, will not be there in 5 to 10 years because it is too light. It is way too light. Yeah, I agree, man. Like their medium, like it's just too light. When Silverback first came out, Silverback launched with a light, medium, dark, extra dark, like and black set, right? And it was way too light. Like it is, they're light, they're like medium value. If you using a big mag with their medium value, like that is essentially an extra light tone, and it'll be good for the picture, but it's definitely not going to be there, you know, in a couple of years time. If you are like super fair, like fair skinned, and you are extremely white, you have zero tan, you have zero blemishes, you have no freckles and stuff like that, then you might get away with it. Like, you seriously might get away with it. But no, for the most part, those tones are too light. No, I agree. I completely agree. But again, everyone's different. Every artist is different. Every artist wants to work differently. And if you want to work light and you like to work light and stuff like that, then fair enough. Maybe it's the intention to, you know, double pass the tattoo. But me, I'd rather just like I use Silverback 2 and I use Silverback 4. 4 is my lightest tone, right? And even 4 is light, but it's enough to stay there, I know, on a heel. Yeah, I use grey color ink as well. I love opaques. Like, opaques are like the shit. And the good thing about opaques is they look like grey wash, like a denser grey wash on the heel. Like, opaques are mint, man. Like, I've thought about moving to opaques so many times full time for black and grey. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Pencil Heart, I'd definitely have to agree. Who's your favorite tattooist that you look up to? I was actually gonna do this in a video, like my top like 5, but spoiler alert: the number one guy, and Chrissy will know this, is for me Ralph Nonweiler. Like, he is the fucking pinnacle of tattooing. Like, he's the guy that, like, when I'm tattooing, I like to, not I don't. How do I explain this without you thinking I'm like egotistical or whatever? But when I'm tattooing, I like to think that I am the fucking best. Like, and that is swearing. Like, I like to think that I am the dog's bollocks, big dick swinging, the single greatest tattooist in the world. But that is just so I get a better result from my tattoo, and that is it. Once the tattoo's done, I am ripping it to shreds, and I am, going through it. Don't like that, don't like that, don't like that. Half the time I won't even post the tattoo because I just don't like it. Like, the tattoo is good, obviously. Like, it's not like a bad tattoo or anything, but like, I just might not get a good picture, or there's something that I'll see in there that I just don't like, so I'll not post it. But Ralph Nonweiler is the guy where I'm like, I am fucking better than this man. Like, I will be better than this man. And odds are I probably won't. I don't think I'll ever reach that standard of what he's at. He's incredible. And he's such a nice guy as well. I've had the opportunity to speak to Ralph Nonweiler. I had the opportunity to get a critique of my work from Ralph Nonweiler in person. And I've seen his work also. And, like, the dude is, like, the way that it looks when it's fresh is the way that it looks when it's healed. It's crazy, crazy good. And he's such a nice guy. Like, he really is such a nice guy. But yes, Ralph Nonweiler is the man. I highly recommend, if you don't know who he is, go check him out. He's the king of detail. He's the king of texture. He's just the king, man. Like, yeah. Yeah, he's my standard. Like, if I get to a point where, like, where somebody comes to me and says that, like, I thought Ralph Nonweiler were good, but you are just a world beyond him, then yeah, like, oh my god, that never happened, but oh my god. It is. I can't tell you how good he is. I really can't tell you how good he is. Like, you even think, like, oh, his photos might be filtered, or his photos might be edited or something, but trust me when I say it, I've seen his work up close. I've seen healed work up close. I've actually seen, there's a picture on there, he's got a picture of, what's his name? Oh my god, Johnny Cash. So he's done a Johnny Cash, and he's done a Doc Brown from Back to the Future. I've actually seen those two tattoos healed. I've seen a few others healed also, because he had a lot of people at London Tattoo Convention when I seen him. And yeah, it's just incredible. How long will the details be visible? Quite a while. The good thing about him is, like, he's got plenty of contrast in his work. Contrast is what holds the tattoo over time. All right, black and contrast is what holds the tattoo for as long as humanly possible. But that also depends on, like, how the person looks after the tattoo. They could literally go and have this tattoo and pay, like, grands upon grands, like thousands of pounds for this tattoo, and then they could go and have 6-7 holidays every single year, get tanned to shit, proper crispy, cremated, burn themselves, and in 3 years, man, like, that tattoo's fucked, dude. Like, you're not seeing anything, no matter how good the tattoo is. So it also depends on that. Like, that's a factor in things. But contrast is what holds a tattoo. And Ralph Nonweiler has plenty of contrast. His stuff will hold for years. I'm telling you now, it will hold for years. Over time, like over years and years and years and years, every single tattoo, no matter how good that tattoo is, every single tattoo will spread. Whether you've done everything perfect, technically perfect, because it stays as a liquid. We grow, you know, you get sun damage, your skin gets looser, like, you know, like, there's only so much that you can do. Contrast, do you ever over exaggerate compared with drawing? 100%, my man, yes. Like, you just can't do it. Like, the thing is, right, is you could do an image, you could pencil an image on paper, and it could be the lightest possible portrait, for example, and it looks incredible, and it looks exactly like the picture. But that will not work on skin. It just won't. So generally what you'll find is you'll do a tattoo and people will tell you it doesn't look like the reference when it's first done because you've gone a little bit darker. But that's to, like, you know, compensate for the heal. And then when it's healed, it, you know, it looks like how it's supposed to look because you've compensated for that. It's just one of them things. Like, always tattoo for the heal, not the picture. Exactly. Like, yeah, micro, like, tattoos, they look good when they're first done, but give that shit 5 years, man. Not a chance. Not a chance. I would actually love to see. I would love to see someone prove me wrong on that. Like, anyone that's done micro tattoos, like, if you stumble across this live stream and you see this video and you are the fucking king shit of micro tattoos and you've had one that's healed and it's healed more than 5 years, I want to see that shit. So send it me. No, 10 Shades of Grey doesn't work, no. You could literally have like 4. You could have a light, a medium, a dark, and a black. 4. And out of those 4, you can get like so many different tones just out of those 4. The only thing that I ever recommend with black and grey is not to go too light, because it just doesn't work. Unless you're unless you are an actual fucking scumbag, and you want to, like, you know, do your tattoos light, so they have to come for a touch up, and then you're gonna charge them again. Kat Von D was a good one. Like, her work now, what I've seen, has got a lot better than what it were. But her portraits were so fucking light, so light, right? And she was charging thousands upon thousands of pounds. And I'm telling you now, when those people got home off that show, and they'd been there 2 weeks after the heal, they were back onto Kat Von D and flying back out for a bloody touch-up. Not to bash Kat Von D though, because, you know, she's a good artist. She just worked too light. I can bet Kat Von D charged at least between 3 and 5 grand. I would be willing to bet she charged at least between 3 or 5 grand for a portrait about this big. Like, but you can, like, when you've got the platform like that, you can. And fuck me, like, if I had a platform like that, Would I charge that much? Damn fucking straight I would. Because, one, my work's better. And, like, two, like, it's fucking 3 to 5 grand. So, you know. And people are gonna pay it. I think she's made like millions as well. Didn't she like make a makeup company and she sold it and like made fucking millions? Like, credit to her, because she has literally took like an opportunity and just ran with it and milked that opportunity the best she possibly could, and man, she's just killing it. Like, so credit to her. Like, is there news about Tattoo the Rock? Is there news about Tattoo the Rock? What do you mean, dude? Yeah, she made bank as a reality TV. For sure, she made bank. For sure. If I was given the opportunity to do something like that, I'd be on it. I'd easily be on it. Like, shit like that is like looked down upon sometimes in the industry, and you know, everybody'll bitch about artists that go on TV and they do, you know, really well. But given the opportunity, I can almost guarantee that every single tattooist would do it, because the exposure would be too much to pass up on. We all want to be in a position where we don't want to work. Like, we all want to be in a position where we either other people earn money for us, or we earn enough money to retire early and just enjoy life. And she took that opportunity and she's done that. Yeah. It's fine, it's not while late. Alright, thank you though. No, it's fine, don't worry. Done by Nico and then covered over. Oh, the Rock's tattoo. Yes. Yeah, I did see it. Initially done by Nico Hurtado and then done by Yomiko, I think. But the like, like Nico Hurtado he's like easily one of the best color artists there is, right? And his work is solid. But the tattoo that he did on the Rock, that cover up, was not a cover up. There was nothing cover up about it. You could see the original bull underneath that tattoo. Like, it was shockingly bad for a cover up. A cover up is you're either drawing the eye away or you are completely removing that tattoo, so you cannot see the tattoo at all. And Nico Hurtado failed. The Rock, I know, went and got it lasered. Like, but the thing is like, what I don't get is, like, Nico's that good of an artist. He should have known that wasn't gonna cover. He should have known that. And maybe he told The Rock that, like, yeah, let's do this. And do you know what? Credit to Nico, because the amount of steroids that The Rock is probably taking, like, that's and his skin, like, dude, that skin's gonna be tough. I'm telling you now, that's gonna be tough skin to tattoo. So credit to Nico for taking that task on, for one. But, like, and I'm sure he did explain to The Rock, like, you know, what you want in is not gonna work, and maybe the Rock said to him, listen, I want this, right? This is how I want my tattoo. And then it's The Rock. Are you really gonna tell The Rock no, I'm not doing it. Like, again, no, you wouldn't, you'd do the tattoo. So, you know, maybe you did tell The Rock that this is not going to cover how you want it to cover, but this is how you want it, so fair enough, I'm going to do it. So, but yeah, The Rock went and got it lasered off, and then he went to Yomiko and got the coloured, like, different version of the same tattoo done. Yomiko's version's better. It just is. But given the fact that if Nico got to do it again and got to do it in colour and got to do it how Yomiko's done it, Nico's would have been vastly superior, in my opinion. I think Nico did react. I think he put on his Instagram stories, like, you know, there was no like bad blood or hate or anything like that. I think I don't know if I'm, you know, misquoting or anything, but I'm pretty sure that Nico knew about the tattoo before The Rock went and actually done it and, like, you know, posted it out and stuff. I think Nico knew about it. If anything, just as a courtesy like message, what I would have done if I was in that position is I would have messaged Nico as soon as the Rock contacted me, or his like PR team contacted me or whatever. I'd have contacted Nico and said, listen, The Rock's contacted me, wants me to redo the tattoo. Obviously it's your work, are you okay with that and stuff. If Nico turned around and said, no, I'm not okay with that, I'd have been like, well, fuck you, mate, because I'm doing it anyway. But just from a respect standpoint. Maybe this. Have a look. It's a hard one, David, man. Like, because it is such high profile, because he is The Rock. Like, it's really hard, man. Like, The Rock might have specified that he wanted that, like, particular tattoo, like, that needs to be there. Nico could have come back and said, listen, man, that ain't gonna cover what you want. The Rock might be one of those clients that's like so like fucking high up there with his own opinions. He might have been telling Nico how to do his job, essentially. I highly doubt that with the way that he comes across on Instagram and stuff and how nice he is, but you know, behind closed doors, man, you don't know what's happening. But as a professional and as good as Nico is, I would have definitely expected a better tattoo. And to be fair, like, Nico did not need The Rock. Like, Nico already had like a million followers on Instagram or something. It's not like he needed The Rock to like elevate his, you know, tattoo profile, because he certainly didn't. So I don't know. I just don't know. I personally, when I first saw the tattoo, I know my initial opinion was that's not very good for a cover-up. If he went back to Nico, I'm sure whatever happened could have been worked on right. Yeah, definitely. Like, he had it lasered off. Like, he had like the actual, he had like the bowl shape and stuff, and he still had everything around it. and they had the center portion where the actual old bull were lasered. You couldn't see it. Like, if you'd have gone back to Nico, I'm sure Nico would have done a fucking mint job. I really do. But who knows? Maybe Nico did turn around to The Rock and said, like, listen, man, you're fucking stupid. And then The Rock didn't like it, so he's like, well, fuck you, man, I'm gonna Yomiko, and he'll have me money. Like, some people are like that. Like, you can tell them till you're blue in the face of that something won't work, but they're so set in their ways, and they think they are right, so sometimes you just have to bite the bullet. But, you know, it's all just speculation, really. We don't know what happened. We don't know the conversations that were had or anything like that, so yeah, it's all just speculating. Yeah, true. We'll never know. We will never know. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Like, if I had like a penny for the amount of people that I've tattooed and I've never seen again, like on like ongoing projects, man, I'd be rich. And you know, half the time you don't know what you've done, or if you've done anything wrong, or if it's on them or what. So it is like, it definitely is. People, like I said, people are stuck in the ways, and like, but what you've got to understand is they might have had their like heart set on this tattoo for years, and they've been saving years to get this particular tattoo. See you later. They've been like saving for years to get this particular tattoo, and they're so dead set on it, and then they'll come in and you'll tell them that, like, one, that you don't copy tattoos and you're a custom artist, but you can do something, you know, like they've brought in, or you tell them that, you know, that tattoo is just not feasible long term, and, you know, they either listen or they don't, and majority of the time people listen. You know, they go with the expert, but you definitely got those people that are too stuck in the ways, man, and think they're not right. Or you'll have the people that are like, they've had one tattoo on the wrist, or they've had one tattoo on the ribs, or something like that, and, you know, because they've had one tattoo, then they suddenly know it all about their next tattoo and how long that's going to take and how much it should cost. And yeah, it's sometimes, man, like, people are people management is the biggest problem. But, and is Kat Von D sued over the Milestone? Yeah, I think she did. I think she did get sued for using the portrait of the photographer took. That was bullshit, by the way. That was bullshit. Like that photographer. The reason that photographer did that is because he knew how big Kat Von D were, and he could see a quick buck. Because she'd more than likely want to settle outside of court on something like that. There's no way that you'd want to go to court over a tattoo. So, like, he just saw, like, that photographer, man, like, he just saw a quick buck and he thought he could make a quick buck from her. Like, which is a fucking joke, to be honest. Like, as a photographer, he does own the copyright to that image. And I'm, like, from a law standpoint, like, he does own the copyright. He can say that you can use that tattoo, you can use that image for a tattoo, or you can't use that image for a tattoo. He does have the right to do that, unfortunately. But I do think it was a dick move. It was definitely a dick move. If anything, what he could have done is he could have leveraged the tattoo. He could have leveraged the photo off the back of the tattoo. So, like, he could have contacted Kat Von D and said, I've seen that you're doing this tattoo of this image, and this image is what I took. I will let you use this tattoo, but please, I will let you use this image, but please mention me as the photographer on all your socials. She's massive. Like, he could have easily done that and grown off the back of it, but I just think he was just been a dick, man, for the sake of being a dick. We've all used images off of Google. We've all used images off of Pinterest and stuff like that. You imagine if every single artist was sued by every single photographer. Like, just, like, leverage it, man. Like, don't be a dick. Don't do that. It's just silly. That's personally what I would have done anyway. I'd have messaged Kat Von D and just been like, I'm the photographer, please credit me as the photographer. And see where that led. You know, don't burn your bridges. Imagine if, just picture this scenario. She actually, like, does the tattoo. He comments, hey, like, I've done this thing, please credit me, right? You build up a rapport, you build up a friendship. She then goes back to that photographer and says, I love that, like, image, and I want some images done for promo for my makeup, promo for myself, promo for my tattooing. I want you to do these images of me the same as you've done this. And he gets paid from that. So, like, I don't know, man. He did, and then she didn't reply. Well, that's a different story. That's a different story. If he did reach out and he did just want credit in, or he, you know, then yeah, that's completely different. But do I still think that he should sue her over it? No, not really. No, I don't think it's a suable offense. It's just a tattoo, man. Like, it was just a good image, and she did the tattoo. And as artists, your tattoo is only ever gonna be as good as the reference that you are using. It's as simple as that. You can make the tattoo, like, a little bit better, a little bit sharper, and, you know, you can bring out some details or whatever, but essentially, if you're using a shit reference, there's only so much that you can do with that reference. And you are looking for the best possible reference. And if his photo was the best possible reference, I would have done that, you would have done that, a million other artists would have done that. And I just think that whether he messaged her or not, he's still seen a quick like book basically. So yeah, I don't know, like I don't know. It's a tough one. Has there been screenshots, David, of the like the message that he sent? Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a butcher's. Let's find out. Yeah, right, boom. Right, did on D get sued? The list. Let's have a look at this one. Seems like everyone's trying to sue her, to be honest. Right. Yeah. Trouble Miles Davis, but he's been sued by the photographer. And Jeffrey Sedlick filed a 31-page complaint with the California federal court, claiming that he has sole ownership of the copyright for the photo of Davis, which he snapped in 1989 for the cover. See, like, this is the thing, though. Yeah, right. This is what my argument would be with this. Is he has copyright over the image, right? Which is fair enough. He has copyright over that image. However, she only used that image, right, as a tattoo. She didn't use the image to, like, promote, you know, to I don't know, like, I just don't know, like, if that tattoo is not the photo, the tattoo is the tattoo. Like, if she used the photo, that actual photo, to make money, I don't know, because technically she did use that photo to make money. So I don't know, like, where I was going with that, but yeah. I think he's got a bang to rights, to be honest. And now she's getting sued by a rent or something as well. What's this one? Look at this one. Unpaid rent and damages to the rental property she transformed into her famed LA tattoo parlor. High voltage tattoo. Claiming that she owes over $92,000 for remodeling fees. See, like, surely, right, that if she, like, opened up that studio, when it come to, like, speaking with the owner and who she's renting it off, she would have said to that owner, I want to, like, you know, renovate it how I want to renovate it, and he's just gonna be like, yeah, okay. Now, if he's, like, suing her and said, like, yeah, you can renovate it, but if you leave this premises, you've got to, you know, put it back to the way it were or whatever, then fair enough, but I don't know. It's hard because I feel like some celebrities just, you know, people will look to get money from you whichever way that they can if they know you've got money. I mean, I don't know if any of you have ever read Mike Tyson's book, but one of Mike Tyson's books, he was on about, like, people, he used to go in restaurants and then people used to, like, trip up in front of him so they could sue him and not the restaurant, as to hit like he tripped him up and stuff. So even though he'd done nothing, so I don't know, man. Yeah, exactly. I'd love to be able to do a Jermaine Clement. What's that? Let's have a look who Jermaine Clement is. Jermaine Clement. I don't know who that is. Who's this guy? Okay, it's behind Moana. What's the part of? Music career. Unfortunately, never heard of him. It's in Moana though. What else has he done? Oh shit, he's done quite a lot. He's in Avatar 2 and 3. Let's have a look, see if he's got... I would tell you now which... Let's have a look. I'll tell you now which one I would go for if I was to do this. Always do this. Always do this. When you're looking for portrait, look on black and white. Because the photo has generally been took for black and white, rather than changed to black and white. Well, I'm sure that's Taika Waititi, isn't it? Yeah. See, he's funny, man. Taika Waititi, like, I'd like to do a portrait of him. Like, he's funny as fuck. Like, Korg in Thor is just amazing. He was pretty good in the new Ryan Reynolds one as well. The video game one that it was in. Have a look at this one. Meh. That one could possibly work. So if we went into copy this into Photoshop and paste that, boom, make that bigger. If we went on image adjustment level, see where those highlights are. Highlight on forehead, down those mid-tones a little bit. See, that's a more like tattooable portrait now than it was originally. But yeah, that's a decent image. Could do that one. Yeah, I've never seen, like, I only discovered like Taika Waititi with Thor, Ragnarok, and then that's when I started noticing him like in other things. Like he was in Green Lantern, I think, as well. But yeah, he's good, man. He's funny. I like the way he directs. I like the way that he writes and stuff. Really good. I mean, you can always like do it on like fake skin, and you know, have a go on fake skin, and at least you get the practice then for when it comes to doing it on real skin. If anybody wants that type of, you know, portrait. I pretty much guarantee as well, Pencil Heart, that if you offered that portrait out for free, like somebody would take it. If you ever got to a point where you really, really wanted to do it, if you just, you do the tattoo just for the love of doing it, you offer that thing out for free, somebody will take it. That came straight up. It's like my computer knew. Tracked. If like seriously, like if you ever want to do something, or you ever just want to push in a certain direction to a certain style of tattoo that you want to do like 5 tattoos for free, right? Show the people what you want to do, and if they are good, your tattoos are good, looks like who it's meant to look like, or it looks like how you want it to look, like, people will start coming in for that type of work. This guy's got quite an animated face. Oh, sorry. This guy's got quite an animated face. He's good, really good tattoo also. I try and find like an image like this, so just it's got a little bit something about it. That's really good. That's a really good, like, contrasty piece. This one's good. That's a really good one. Mate, like if you tattoo something that you don't want to tattoo and you put that tattoo up for people to see, man, that opens the floodgates for loads of people coming to you for that type of work. Like, only put up the tattoos that you want to do. The only thing is that you've got to remember is when you start putting up that type of work that you want to do, people associate you with that type of work, so they think that you don't do any other style of work when you do. So if it gets to a point where portraits are drying up, if you wanted to go into portraits or realism, and that's drying up, and you need some work, people aren't going to come to you because they think that you only do that one thing. So find the balance. Definitely find the balance. Oh no, my pleasure. My pleasure. That's what I came on here for, questions and answers and stuff. So while I just did that like little design, and whether I use that design or not, I don't know. I'll send it to customers, see what they think. But yeah, question and answer live stream. That's what it's about. Here to help. This is good. This is really good. The perspective in that is good. Like, what's good about this also from a photography like standpoint is you've got all like these lines coming down like down this way, and in photography those are called leading lines, and what they do is they like guide your eye into your subject. That'd work really good, really good as a tattoo for sure. Like if you took like paste this in, right? If you took right, see this? I think you should be able to see now, David. Sorry, dude. I didn't even think about that, my man. But yeah, so like these here are what you call leading lines, and that's what pulls your eye into the subject, which is why this would make a good tattoo. Like if we just did this and then we zoom in a little bit, the way that I would like tattoo this is I would take like this much. I don't know if you can see that, it's picking up, but if you stuck that on like a forearm or something like that, you could easily blend in this side and this side into a new tattoo on like the back or whatever. But yeah, that's what I would do. How many people we got on? 8. Got 8 people. So if there's 8 of you watching, don't just sit in the sit silent. Speak up. Let us know where you are, where you're from, who you are, how long you've been tattooing. Get involved. We are probably gonna like end the stream in like 10 minutes time. So if you have any more questions that you want to get in, then send them forward and I'll answer them for you now. Also, should I do these more? Like, should I really do these more? Because, you know, do people find them helpful? If people don't find them helpful, then I won't, and I'll just keep it to like videos and shorts and stuff. Island still learning. How far in are you, David? No worries, pencil. Thank you very much. Like I said at the beginning, I will be like setting up a like members only thing, whether that is through YouTube or whether that is through like OnlyFans or something. Whichever platform I go with, it will be like a members only thing and you'll get like extra benefits than just like live streams and, you know, videos. Extra information, stuff that I can't really say on stream. Yeah. For me, in the beginning, did an apprenticeship, had to move country. Now I'm a little bit stuck. What, stuck with what? What you stuck with, dude? Like getting another apprenticeship, or like stuck with progress of your tattoos? Okay. Is it common for tattooists in the UK to take out treatment risk in alongside liability? Oh, insurance. Yeah. So we have like if you are working in a studio, then they'll generally have public liability insurance for the entire, like, you know, people that work in there. But you can take it out like for yourself. It's not very much. But in 10 years of tattooing, I've never had to use it. But people do take it out for sure. Stuck with progress and confidence. I mean, like, stuck with progress, like, that's just... It's hard because no matter what stage in your career that you are, like, at, you're always going to be stuck with progress. Like, you'll progress, then you'll stop, then you'll progress, then you'll stop, then you'll progress, then you'll stop, and it's just a never-ending cycle of shit being a tattoo artist. But you just practice, man. Just keep practicing, and confidence, that just comes with time. The more you do it, the more confident you'll get. I remember when I very first started, I had to do a band, like a line band that went all the way around a girl's ankle, and it was a line. Like, it wasn't a thick line or anything like that. It was a 3-liner all the way around, and I wasn't like confident at all to do that. And I absolutely fucked it up. But you know, the more you do it, you know, you take the hit and you come back stronger. That is true. That is true. Yep. Looking back, you'll definitely see progress. Just remember, like, progress over perfection, and even if it's a little bit, then, you know, you're on the right track. Never too old, man. Never too old to learn a new skill. The like no scope on whether I improve or anything isn't something you can see happening as such. That is completely true, and the more like experienced you get, the further into your career you get, the jumps in like, you know, skill level become smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So you start to notice it less as you go further on also. Which is when developing comes in, like changing styles up, you know, sticking to realism but trying it a different way and all that stuff comes in. Dude, you don't need you don't need like all the mod cons to tattoo. Like you don't need like the top end machines. You don't need the top end needles. Like, dude, like people tattoo in prison with fucking biros and a radio like motor. Like it's, you don't need it. I'm from Cornwall, 41 years old and started self-learning last year and have just progressed to practicing on a friend after sacrificing my own legs. The rite of passage. I was in Cornwall last week, dude. It was really nice. Went to Newquay, Holywell Bay we went to. Holywell Bay. It was really nice. Weather was awesome as well. Yep, like a rite of passage on the legs. I have on my leg, the first tattoo that I did was a Hello Kitty. Still got that tattoo to this day and I will never ever get rid of it. No matter how shit it is, we'll never get rid of it. I don't know if you have already, David, but I did a video like a few months ago where I'm giving this bad boy away, which is a bronc. What's it called? A bronc hummingbird. All you have to do, man, is go on the video and comment to be in a chance to win it. So yeah, if you're struggling for a machine, dude, it might be worth you commenting on that video. You never know. You might be your luck might be in. Also, it's a really good machine. It is a really, really good machine. What machines are you using, David? Everything pre-wireless pen models is like 200 to 500 range. It is, but then there's also now machines and tattoo equipment in general is beyond ridiculous. Some of the pricing now. I think the new Bishop that comes with the new critical wireless power supply is like over $1,000 for one machine. It's just because the wireless supply is a little bit smaller, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I used to have the Spectra Halo. I used to have the original Spectra Halo, and then I had the new one that dropped also. I think, is it? Let me just have a look. I think they did one with like a give. No, yeah, so I had the old one, and then I had a Spectra. Edge X. So I had the Spectra Halo, the originals that came out, and then I went to a Spectra Edge X. The Edge X was the give version, and the normal Edge had no give. But I loved the Halo, man. Like straight up, the Halo was one of the best like black and grey machines I've ever used. Oh my god. 1,200 for an injector. Which injector? The one that looks like a fucking tank. The newest one. The injector flights. I had the injector flight, and I had the injector flight, the next one up, the next version, the Nano. Awesome machines. I never tried the newest one with the wireless like batteries that you put in, but that thing's a tank, man. I'm just used to like a lower profile machine. Like I love the Bishop pens, the Bishop ones, should I say, because they're so small. I love the injector flights because they're so small. But yeah, I just don't like a big machine. Go Chris, thanks for the live chat. Look forward to the fans club. Yeah, no worries, Michael. I'll keep everyone updated, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Like that. I have never ever used a bad bishop. Like I used bishops, the original like bishop that came out. Can't think for life of me what it was called. But every bishop that I've used has just been incredible. Right, but guys, that is me off for now. I'll jump in and do like these lives again. Like I say, if you guys like them and you want them, then I'll bring them. But if you are just dropping in, I'm sorry you've missed a live, but there's plenty of videos for you to peruse and see my sexy face. But I might make it a weekly thing. I might drop on like every Sunday night or something, and just do like an hour or two on live, just answer your questions and stuff, and we'll see how it goes. But I will see you guys in the next videos. Take care, everyone.